Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Through the title of this video, you must have realized that we are here to discuss the strategy for history subject for our upcoming UPSC EPFO recruitment, which is going to be held later this year. We are aware that already EPFO has sent the requisition to UPSC that we want to fill the vacancies for both APFC as well as Enforcement Officer, Accounts Officer. If we talk about the notification, so the latest RTI reply, which was revealed on 7th of April, it tells that a total of 156 vacancies will be there for Enforcement Officer, and UPSC has confirmed the news that they have received from EPFO. And again for APFC there will be 74 vacancies. The category wise split up is shown here, and again this has also been received from EPFO. And what the other thing it tells is the notification of same will be advertised on the website of the commission soon. So now we are at the end of April month, and maybe in the month of May we can expect the notification for both enforcement officer as well as for APFC. So this is the latest update or latest RTI reply which we have got from the UPSC, and it clearly states that the notification will be soon advertised on the website of commission. Now talking about history, we already know that there is a syllabus for history which the UPSC has already given us. Now, to the left, you can see the syllabus which is written is Indian Freedom Struggle. Now, this syllabus is of eoao, that is Enforcement Officer and Accounts Officer. So it simply tells us that this is talking about modern history only. So there is no ancient or medieval history in Enforcement Officer or Accounts Officer. As far as APFC is considered, that is Provident Fund Commissioner, so for that, it states that it has Indian culture, heritage, and freedom movement. Now, this much syllabus is quite short in nature, but once we go through the previous question papers, we realize that what UPSC, the kind of questions they are asking. So we have questions from art and culture, we have questions from Indian heritage, and then freedom movement as well. So if you see the past question paper, or let us say the 2023 question paper, when the last time recruitment was held, so we can see that there were questions from art and culture, then there were questions from ancient part, and then there were questions from medieval as well. So we have ancient history, we have medieval history as well as art and culture apart from modern history. So it also tells us about the freedom movement. So we have modern history as well. So if you are planning to appear for APFC, you'll have to prepare everything here, like art and culture, ancient, medieval, and as well as modern. But if you are applying or you are only targeting enforcement officer examination, then the modern history part will do. No need to go through ancient and medieval part, so only you have to prepare modern history. Now if we see the past question paper analysis from history in enforcement officer, accounts officer. Now, remember this exam has been held thrice till now. This enforcement officer exam, it has been held thrice. So it was held in the month of 2020, in the year 2023, then in 2021 and in 2017. So if you see the number of questions from history, there were 10 questions from in 2023, 16 in 2021, and 15 in 2017. So what we expect here is this time also when the exam will happen in 2025, we can expect at least 10 to 12 questions from this portion. And if you see the nature of questions, they are almost factual, kind of like one liner questions they have simply asked. Hardly one or two questions will be multiple statement questions. Otherwise, we'll get most of the one liner questions here. And we can expect at least 10 to 12 questions. That is one in EPFO total we have 120 questions. So we can expect 1/10 of question paper will be from history itself. And now if we talk about APFC, then APFC exam has been conducted 5 times till now since this in this century. So it started in 2002, then 2004, 2012, 2016, and 2023 was the last time when exam held. Again, there were 10 questions last time when APFC happened. In 2016, there were 9 questions. In 2012, there were 8 questions. And during 2004 and 2002, pattern was completely different. There were 19 questions in 2004 and 8 questions in 2002. So again, if you consider only this much from 2012 onwards, again we can expect 10 to 12 questions maximum from history portion. Now remember, we have less number of vacancies this time. Just now we saw that there are 156 for EOAO and 70 for APFC. So there will be cutthroat competition this time, because any graduate is eligible to apply for this examination, and only one written examination is what requires you to reach the interview stage. And if you are able to perform well in interview, you have a golden chance of joining EPFO through a single stage recruitment examination. So remember, there will be very high competition. Even if you don't like history, you'll have to prepare, because we cannot leave the questions in examination, because cutoff will be very high this time. Now, just to give you an idea what kind of questions were asked last time in 2023. So if we see the EOAO part, there were questions from Regulating Act 1773, then Government of India Act 1935. So some statements were given and we have to choose the correct statement or incorrect statement. Then there was match the following question. One on one side there were Congress sessions, and the other side presidents who presided the session were given, and we had to simply match it. Then the events associated with Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. So this is what the question came last time in EOAO. Then Rani Chennamma of Kittur. Now this question was straight away lifted from 8th NCRT. Again a factual one. Then first Indian Factories Act 1881 focused on what? This was the question asked. Then Azad Hind Fauj was formed at which place? Then regarding Cornwallis system of administration. So these were some of the questions which were asked in EOAO. Now let you will realize the difference of questions which they are asking in APFC. Now in APFC, questions were asked from ancient and medieval. So there were questions on archaeologists, the different archaeologists who have helped us the understand history. So four statements were given and we had to identify the incorrect statement. Now in my upcoming video, I will be doing POIQ series of APFC as well as EOAO. If you consider this archaeologist question, you will realize that out of four statements, three statements were lifted from class 12th NCRT. Class 12th NCRT theme 1. So three statements were as it is lifted from this class 12th NCRT. So while preparing for EPFO, simply don't ignore the NCRTs. I will tell you which all NCRTs you have to refer at the end of this video. Then Magadha as a Mahajanpada. Why Magadha was a powerful kingdom, the reasons behind it. Then Kailash temple at Ellora. Four statements were given and we have to identify the correct statement. Then question was regarding Indian pottery. Then some ancient terms were given and we were asked to match the following with their meanings. Then dynasty and their kingdom, their kings. So Vijayanagara dynasty was given and we had to match the following with the respective kings. Then question was on Pala dynasty, who was the first elected leader from Pala dynasty. So we can see again a factual question. And one last question was from Eastern Chalukyas. So if you observe the difference between both EOAO as well as APFC, you will realize that the questions here were asked from modern history, whereas in this APFC questions were mostly asked from ancient and medieval. The focus was on art and culture part. So if you are planning to appear for this examination, you will have to set your target straight here, like what topics you have to focus and what to skip, because remember, I just wanted to tell you my observations and suggestions for you. So, see, in EPFO, the questions which they are asking are too factual. They are simply one liner questions. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. There is no scope for elimination of statements and arriving at the answer. So, questions are too factual in nature. Same thing we can expect this time as well. Then there is no single source of asking questions. Questions have been asked from multiple sources. Like in civil services exam, we mostly focus on spectrum for modern India, and most of the times we are able to solve the questions from this book. But in EPFO, there is more vagueness or randomness in asking history questions. Third thing is don't skip NCRT history books, because if you see the PYQ series, which is already there on my YouTube channel, you will realize that most of the history questions were straight away lifted from NCRT books. So if you are preparing for EPOPO, please don't skip NCRT books. You have to read these books. Then for history, cost benefit ratio is poor. Like how much you read, no matter how much you read, in exam we might not be able to attempt that question owing to lack of revision, or maybe we have not read that particular part which they have asked. And then don't refer too many sources, because it is difficult to remember in exam. Instead of history, you can focus on the other good written giving subject like polity, economy, or industrial relations, social security. So these are the subjects which will give you good returns. History will not give you that much good returns. So remember this point. And then for history, give time wisely while preparing. Don't invest yourself 1 month complete 1 month into preparing for history. Just go through the books which I am telling. Once you have read those books, just revise again and again. If questions come from those books, you will be able to solve. Otherwise, it will be good to leave those questions, because we know that cutoff will never be very high. It will always around 60 to 65, 70%. Now, finally, coming to the sources for preparation. So, see, as far as NCRT books are considered, we have to read the sixth NCRT, that is on ancient history, seventh standard NCRT on medieval history, eighth standard NCRT on modern history, and then class 12th NCRT, both all the three themes. There are three books in class 12th NCRT: theme 1, theme 2, and theme 3. All three have to be read here. Why? Because just go through my PYQ series on my YouTube channel, you will see most of the questions were asked from this class 12th NCRT. So just don't ignore these books. Then if you are preparing exclusively for enforcement officer, please go through the spectrum for modern India, because most of the questions will be able to solve through spectrum. Third one is Upinder Singh or Poonam Dalal book. This is for APFC only. If you're appearing for APFC, and if you analyze the 2023 question paper of APFC, very high number of questions were asked from Upinder Singh book. So my upcoming video is on PYQ only. So you will realize that most of the questions, or most of the statements which were given in the question, were lifted from Upinder Singh book. You can cross check yourself. So this Upinder Singh book or Poonam Dalal Dahiya, this author books you can read for ancient and medieval apart from NCRT, and this is only for APFC, not for enforcement officer. And if time permits, just go through this lucent GK for factual data, like the Congress sessions and their president, then who formed what organization. Those kind of things may be asked in enforcement officer. So you can go through this lucent GK book. So this is what I wanted to discuss as far as history as a subject is considered for EPFO preparation. If you have any doubts regarding history preparation, please comment below. I will try to answer to your doubts. Thank you for much watching my videos. Stay tuned. We'll be having PYQ series soon on our YouTube channel. Thank you once again.